Yeah. Oh, Jeff is playing with technology. That's a dangerous thing.
You can hear me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch to. Yeah, I'm gonna switch to headphones. Well. Still hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you.
Very
Can you
good.
hear us through your headphones?
I can, absolutely, yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
There we are. All right. Well, let's see. We're waiting for Matt.
Matt and Wendy.
Matt and Wendy. Wendy's going to be late.
There's Matt.
Excellent.
So you should be ready to go, and then Wendy will be joining in as soon as she gets back from high school.
Well, let's wait and see what happens with Matt's connectivity here.
Oh, that's true. That is connecting to audio. There's Matt.
There he is. All right.
There he is.
Fashionably.
Matt.
Hey, Matt. So I'd like to get this meeting underway. Wendy's going to be a few minutes late. So I'd like to call the meeting to order. And I would accept a motion to accept the minutes of October 19, 2020.
So moved.
Seconded.
Awesome. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous.
What was that?
Unanimous aye with Wendy not present.
Yeah.
I would also accept a motion to approve the minutes of November 2nd, 2020.
Move
So
approval.
moved. Oh,
Okay, I've got a motion and a second, and all in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Any opposed? Oh, unanimous, except for Wendy. Okay, awesome, thank you. Appointments, recognitions, and resignations. Appointment of Adam Thurston as Deputy Harbor Master effective December 1, 2020 at $24.03 an hour and a 5% increase after successful completion of 6-month probation period.
I would move approval.
Second.
Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, unanimous.
Thank you.
Yep. Consent agenda, Department Report Highway, Hancock County Commissioners Meeting Minutes of October 20, 2020. Wow. MRC Board of Directors election ballot.
I move approval.
Second.
Good.
John?
Any
John,
further discussion?
Do we have to vote on
John?
that MRC?
Yes, go ahead, Tony.
The MRC should not have been in the consent agenda.
Yeah.
Okay.
My recommendation is thanks, Martha, is Sophie Wilson.
Yeah. Well, do you want to just,
Why don't-
do you want me to amend my approval of the consent agenda without the MRC, and then we can do that separately?
That'd be great.
Okay, so amend my motion.
Okay. Any seconds?
I'll second that.
Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, unanimous. Okay, item C, MRC Board of Directors election ballot.
I move that we take Tony's recommendation and elect Sophie Wilson.
Seconded.
Good. Any further discussion? Great, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you. Thank you.
Good, unanimous. Any selectmen's reports?
I had just a quick comment that I received, which kind of caught me off guard. Someone who actually does some gardening came down Main Street the other day and they saw me and they said, you know, those plantings are going to look fantastic in front of the bank, the parking lot, and Sam Shaw's. they were very impressed with the way they were doing it and incorporating some rocks and things like that. So, you know, when we get positive comments about Main Street, we have to take them.
That's right. Can't get enough of those.
John, could you wait a second? I've got to pick myself up off the floor.
Okay. Tony, I'd like you to have
I
your-
had one as well.
Tony, could you get yourself on video? I'd like to see that.
We'll go out some, no.
I actually
Those
had
are the
one
old
of those
days.
as well, John. Comments on the plantings. So,
Good. Yeah, it looks great. I mean, looks good.
Thank
but
you.
what do I know? Okay, any other selectmen's reports? No. Any unfinished business? No, none presented. New business, request Christmas Eve early closure at 12 noon, December 24, 2020.
That's what you usually grant.
Yeah,
Humbug. Oh, sorry.
Move approval.
We'll make sure Pemberton works Christmas Day.
Well-
That's fine. We want to trade a week for half a day to
well, happily,
Oh, I
happily, you have no control over what Pematic does.
Yes.
Call me GT. I've got lots of control.
You know. I think Martha was in the midst of moving to that we
Yeah, I move
go forward.
approval for the
Okay.
closure.
I would second that motion.
Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Humbugs, thank you.
Unanimous. Request approval to transition the position of Assistant Harbor Master Office Manager from a part-time to a full-time position.
I move approval.
Would you like some information though?
Yeah, I
Well,
would love a little
we'll
explanation.
get
Better
a-
we get
hold
it
on.
motion and then we
Please
can-
hold on. We need a second and then we can discuss, okay? Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, great. Any discussion?
Yeah, well, just what I do is I just give you information. I would slot that in as a level 2 position on our employment scale, which means that the position would start at 85% of the position rate, which would be $20.67 per hour. And it would go up 5% for the rest of that year. That's what I would budget it for next year. And then the year after, it would be budgeted at the full 95% of level 2. So it being a full-time position, it would be eligible for benefits, vacations, insurance, whatever. Not knowing who we would be hiring, I would budget a family plan insurance in there in case the person that does get hired does require that. Of course, we did that with the fire department when they did their first 2 positions, and the 2 people that were hired were singles, so the rate was different. But you want to always make sure that you've got enough to cover, because you don't know who would ever get hired for that particular position. So that's the only thing I would add to it.
My only question, and I don't have any reason to believe it isn't a good move to make, but it says something about the increased traffic, and I'm wondering how long has this been in the works, and or is it part of this response to our extended shoulder season due to half of the state of New York not wanting to go home?
Well, we've had a part-time office manager down here for as long as I've been here, which is coming up on 14 years.
Okay.
And, you know, this is something we've been thinking about for a long time, even before Sean Murphy had left. And with the transitioning into a new deputy, I thought it was a perfect time to go for it. And we'll also be cutting about $20,000 off our part-time employment line too if we transition this over. So, you know, granted, we're going to have a $40-something thousand job, but we're going to cut $20,000 out of our part-time employment line.
Okay. That's helpful to know.
The other good thing, Jeff, that you might want to know is that would go over off of the Marina Enterprise as opposed to general taxation.
Okay.
And,
I just was interested in where it was coming from, and because I'm new to this, so I want a little bit of background. If it isn't something that just came up and they've been thinking about it for a while, I trust the people in charge of the departments they run.
I appreciate that.
Sure.
John,
Yes.
I'm here. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I'm just curious about the Harbor Committee and if they have, John Lemoyne, I guess this probably is for you. Have you gone over this with your Harbor Committee, and do they also see that this is an important thing to transition at this time?
We discussed it last week at our meeting we've met very little in the past year, so we haven't had a chance to talk about it much, but they had quite a bit of discussion about it. But in the end, they said the same thing that Jeff said, that, you know, they're not here to see the day-to-day operations that I deal with year-round, and they put their trust in me that this is something that I think we need.
And you feel like the timing of doing this and hiring a new deputy person is good? You don't think it's good to bring this deputy on for a month or two and then bring in a full-time position, or?
Well,
wouldn't
this
start to
position
go
wouldn't even happen until after July 1st.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, sorry.
I think I probably heard from the same individual Wendy did. It sounds like from your bullet points. And I went in and looked at the marine management ordinance, and really, I mean, we're lucky we have a great harbor committee that is clearly very passionate and puts in a ton of work. But technically, you know, John's sort of the only one they oversee, and it's John's duty to handle the day-to-day. And so once I saw that, I realized, yeah, I can see why they want to be kept in the loop, because they do put in the effort and the time. But ultimately, I think it's John's decision. But one thing I did notice when I was going on the town website to look for that, I clicked on, I think, the agenda from the last harbor committee meeting, which was like the 10th or something. And it looked as if it was being held in person, which I saw that and thought, we can do better than that, I think. That irked me a little bit, that, you know, it said mask required, but I thought, I don't like the message, this optics of that, holding an in-person meeting, if that's the case. I don't know how.
Yep, if you read the rest of our minutes, Matt, you would notice that down further that they have requested that going forth.
Okay, perfect.
That we're completely going to Zoom.
It's so much fun. Why wouldn't you want to?
Oh my God.
Oh yes, I enjoy it.
It's great.
I will
All
say,
right, that's perfect. Thank you.
eliminate some of the older members of your committee, John Lemoyne, who don't know how to do Zoom and will not do Zoom. But that makes
Yeah, I will definitely try to reach out and help any of them that may have trouble, but all the ones that attended seemed like they thought they could manage it, and I thought maybe that yes, some others could do it by just a simple phone call, which I am doing right now, and it works perfectly.
okay.
So am I, John. Yeah.
All right, thank you. I guess I didn't read enough. I thought this was something that was going to start sooner rather than later. So I agree with Matt and Jeff that, you know, as long as the Harbor Committee is aware, and it sounds like they are, and that they've had time to, you know, read onto this and understand a little bit what you're looking for, it makes complete sense to me.
Thank you.
Sounds like a really cool job.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, unanimous.
Sorry, I was muted. Aye.
Thank you.
All right. Request authorization to enter an agreement with VGSI for revaluation services.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Good. Any discussion?
What's the price tag?
79 or something.
79.9.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kyle, if you could just summarize it for us a little bit. I mean, we've read the report, but it would be, you know, just why we're doing it and what it would entail.
Sure. So revaluations are done, you know, every so often. The last time we did a full reval was 2007. It was done with the same vendor, VGSI, and I have a representative, Patrick Donovan, is here to represent that company.
Folks.
So when, information gets stale, when it's that dated, I mean, if you look at the statistics, we look pretty good. We're in the, mid 90% range of assessed value to current market value. So on face value, it doesn't look that bad, but some of the pricing tables are out of date, especially building cost, replacement costs. Those schedules were built based on early 2000s, what construction costs were. I think they lowballed them, at that time. So now they're really off. And so if you look at the components to an assessment, the building value and the land value separately, they look funny. And so this is the opportunity to rebuild those pricing indexes, to smooth out any differences in certain sectors. Like vacant land has been a conundrum for the past 10 years. It's a funny market, and our assessments are a little bit high compared to the current market. Oceanfront, I'm starting to see sales on oceanfront, skyrocketing. So I had actually in the works to pull the trigger on a reval before the latest spur in the market. And now I'm starting to see sales coming in fast and furious that are pretty far and above the assessments. So that just reinforced my idea to kick off the revals, start the ball rolling. It's a fairly long, complicated process. What I'm looking to do is sign a contract with VGSI to kick off the project in July. And that way, hopefully we'll have property owners around so that if data collectors need to talk to the homeowners and do an interior inspection, people will be around at that time. So we'll be doing a limited property visitation, meaning we're not going to go to every property, because mostly the building information is good, like the footprints, the sketches that we have of buildings they collected for 2007, those are still good. It's more a function of rebuilding the pricing, evening out the building versus the land values, delineating some assessing neighborhoods, that kind of stuff. They will be getting to every property to take a new picture. Was something that I wanted to update the pictures that are associated with the properties. But for the amount of work that we're talking about doing, I thought the price was very competitive, certainly within, what I thought it was going to be. I do have a capital improvement reserve for this thing for a revaluation. And there's plenty of money there. I've been, squirreling away for over 10 years in my CIP for reval. So we're in pretty good shape to we already have the money in the bank. So I think now's the time. Whichever way the market goes, markets are unpredictable, but we're trending up fairly fast. So we'll collect the data next summer, work on the pricing over the winter so that the new valuations will be implemented in July of 2022. And that's the plan.
Thank you.
Anybody
Can I ask? Yeah, I do. I just, I'm interested in, I know it's good that we have accurate and level sort of information. I'm wondering about, people are pretty, right now are pretty touchy about economic situations and everything. How is the sort of marketing of this to the resident, to the community, to the voters going to take place? And are they going to get their backs up if they think we're trying to increase their tax bills?
Well, that's going to happen no matter what, any economic situation. You do a reval, people are going to be nervous. Yeah. I don't think we're going to see any huge increases or decreases in certain sectors. We're talking about fairly small adjustments. It's going to happen, that we're going to have to do the reval sooner or later. And as I said in my memo, one of the keys to a successful revaluation is public outreach.
Yeah.
So, VGSI has a litany of, tools that they use, to reach out to the public. I'm intending to do my own, through the tax billing. We'll have a blurb in there, basically a pamphlet about a reval process. What are their rights as property owners, and hopefully, and I expect a local newspaper will, want some information, and they'll probably publish some information there. Is there
that'll be sent out to property owners in the spring or before July, basically, is what you're saying. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kyle. Okay, I'm looking for a motion. The wording has not been supplied. Okay, but based on what you submitted
The account number?
Yeah, we've got it here. It's $79,900 to be paid out of CIP reserve account number 4020600-24207, which has a current balance of $215,308. Would anybody like to make that motion?
I think we already did.
I can't, as a chairman, I can't.
Oh,
I would move that we authorize Kyle to enter an agreement for reevaluation services with the amount of $79,900 to be paid out of CIP reserve account 4020600-24207 with a balance of $215,308.
seconded.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks.
Okay, request approval to purchase Police Department cruiser and trade-in with PW Public Works Director's 2014 Ford SUV for a net price of $31,504 to be funded through the Police Equipment Vehicle Line 14400-110-57200, which has a current balance of $43,000. The remaining funds in the account will be used for upfitting the new cruiser with our standard equipment.
This is Wendy. I would request approval for that purchase and the trade-in as
Request approval?
Oh, you would move to approve, right?
move to approve, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Great. Any discussion?
This is Tony.
Yeah.
David, do I get to keep all the existing equipment in the one I'm getting?
Yes, you will. So,
Oh, really?
everything except the blue
I'm
lights.
sorry.
Tony.
Don't let him have
Okay.
a siren.
Yeah, don't.
But like the console and stuff for the radio, by all means, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
I meant
Okay.
the light.
No lights, Tony, no siren.
No sirens, Tony.
You only can use orange lights, Tony.
Okay.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, unanimous. Great. Thank you. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks, Dave.
Review of the general fund and marina capital improvement plans, proposed funding for fiscal year 21-22. Okay. All right. Okay, Darrell, you want to give us a sort of a snapshot here so that people listening in and the public that can appreciate what we're looking at?
Well, that's what we've been doing over a number of years, is to set aside a certain amount of money into these capital improvement accounts. It's used as a tool to flatten out the taxation over the years. Each department reviews and determines the amount of money that they would need for the coming year into their plan to keep it current. And it's pretty flat. What was it going up? $8,000 this year over last year. It's usually in around the 615 to 620 area. So each department, if you have any questions on the individual departments, the folks there can walk you through why their numbers are the way they are. But it's a tool that was recommended by the warrant committee that they wanted developed back in 2010. And we found it's been very useful to set aside a little so that you don't get a big surprise one year. Oh my goodness, we didn't consider that we needed this, and now we need $300,000 to go on to the the operational budget. So that's kind of the philosophy behind it, if that's what you're looking for.
Case in point was when we had to purchase the new sweeper.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to make the board aware. I'm sure you haven't gone through this by line, but in accordance to that long-range plan I provided with the board a few months ago, I'm going to be looking for approval to have a new hire this coming budget year. So the fire department CIP, I'm going to try to squeeze as much as I can in the operation budget, but for this year, I've reduced the fire department CIP by just over 43,000 to try to take the sting out of that possible new hire a little bit.
Okay.
So I guess, as of going forward, if it looks like the board is not going to be favorable to that, I would be looking to replace that back into the CIP. So be a little bit more comfortable with our equipment replacement. But I think with this one-time reduction this year, I think we could still maintain our schedule. So I just wanted to let the board be aware of that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good, thanks.
Mark?
Yeah, just for the record, I'm personally happy to support full-time hires for the police department or for the fire department at this point.
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to point out with the police department, there was a couple items that we didn't take out because there would actually be purchases this fiscal year. And it's to the tune of we have about $6,000 more that's coming out of police lines because of the rifle purchases as well as the watch guard video. And then in communication, the console's getting purchased this year too. So overall, between the two, communications and police, it's about a $4,000 increase in police. 2,000 out of communications and 6,000 into police. So, and I can explain the details if anybody has questions.
Okay.
Dawn, this is really just our first sort of look at this, right? I mean, that's really our job at this point, is the first review. There's no action or anything.
Yeah.
That
There's
okay.
no action associated with this.
Okay.
When you get to the final budget, there'll be a line for CIP, and that's when you'll get a chance to do your voting.
Okay, perfect. That's what I thought.
Okay. Anybody else have anything? All right, great. Derlin, are you putting together notebooks for us?
Yeah, like we did last year,
Yeah.
Yeah, we've still got those.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing.
Yeah, I do think that I'm going to want hard copies for that stuff.
Yeah,
not
did we give you hard copies last year? I think we did.
Yes, you did. Yeah. I'm just saying that to make sure to, I'll come
Yeah.
by. I'll get a copy at the office.
We generally send those out with your packets.
Yeah, I don't get a packet here. I've opted to get the electronic copy.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Well, we can send that over to you via the police if you'd like.
That'd be great too.
Yep. No problem.
And we'll make sure that our sheets are updated for that hard copy packet that goes out to everybody for the police department and communication.
Great.
Yeah. I'll be sending out the budget books with the first annual departmental reviews, which are what, sometime in mid-December, late December, whatever. We'll make sure the CIPs go into that first cut through the budget lines for the admin department. So.
Okay. Very good.
Guess we don't have a big fancy luncheon this year.
No, but what I think is going to happen, I saw Mrs. Stratton this weekend, and I think what they're going to do, which just sounds kind of nice, and she's supposed to get back to me with some details, hopefully this week, if not then next week, about perhaps offering all the employees either a ham or a turkey, something along those
Oh,
lines.
that's nice.
Oh, that's very
I
nice.
believe that's what she was talking about.
Wow.
Don't quote me because you didn't give the details. We just met for a second and we talked. So they are going to have some sort of an alternate thing for the town employees, which would be kind of cool, I think.
Jeff, what
You
we're
should get
talking
ahead of
about
it.
is every year, Mr. Butt generously provides this beautiful big catered luncheon for
Nice.
all the employees and the people who on the committees and on the boards for the
That's
town.
very nice.
It's really nice. And it's at the neighborhood house, but of course this year we can't.
Right. I was going to say turkeys and hams are going to be difficult to come by in large quantities. They want to get ahead of things. There's apparently not a turkey to
It
be
helps if
found
you
right
in the
now.
grocery store.
I know a couple of turkeys, Jeff.
Yeah.
So do I.
I'll send out a memo once I get the details of how this is all going to work. So,
I think we're sliding.
Yeah, I think so.
The
All right.
lady across the street responsible.
Okay.
I can hear you laughing.
You guys are silly. All right. Okay, I think we're at the end of reviewing our CIP, at least what we have now. And now I get to go over the warrants. Okay. So, treasurer's warrants. Approve and sign treasurer warrant AP 2127 in the amount of, okay, not available. Okay, Kathy, what's going on with that? Maybe that's why it's not available.
Was that amended digitally?
I received another copy of this. I've still got not available at the time
Okay.
of the last packet.
Okay.
She sent it out over the weekend,
Huh.
but
Someone have it?
I have it right here. Hold on.
I can pull it up.
The warrant 2127. I have it.
What is the amount?
Oh my goodness. Uh,
396.
8,000.
Yeah.
Nope, $358,858.87 and $37,492.12 in ACH payments for a total, of $396,350.99. AP 2127.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I'll move approval.
Seconded.
Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, do we have to do individual votes on this one?
those ones.
Oh, yes, we do.
Right.
Yeah, we do. Okay, Wendy, how do you vote?
Wendy votes aye.
Matt, how do you vote?
Matt Hart votes aye.
Jeff, how do you vote?
Jeff Wood votes aye.
Martha, how do you vote?
Martha Dudman votes aye.
And John votes aye. Thank you. Okay, authorized warrants to be signed, town state fees and payroll benefits, AP 2125, in the amount of $80,069.82. AP 2126 in the amount of $48,089.50. Town payroll, PR 2111, in the amount of $112,197.94.
Martha Dudman moves approval.
Matt
Move
Hart seconds it.
signature.
Matt Hart seconds that.
Great. Martha, how do you vote?
Martha Dudman votes aye.
Matt, how do you vote?
Matt Hart votes aye.
Wendy, how do you vote?
Wendy Littlefield abstains.
Jeff, how do you vote?
Jeff Wood votes aye.
And John McCauley votes aye. Thank you. Okay, warrants to be acknowledged. School invoice 5 in the amount of $168,016.55. And school payroll 10 in the amount of $84,729.14.
Matt Hart moves acknowledgement.
Jeff Wood seconds.
Okay, Matt, how do you vote?
Matt Hart votes aye.
Jeff, how do you vote?
Jeff Wood votes aye.
Wendy, how do you vote?
Wendy Littlefield abstains.
Okay, Martha, how do you vote?
Martha Dudman votes aye.
And John McCauley votes aye. Thank you. All right, I would take a motion for adjournment.
So, this is Wendy.
Great.
Second.
Great, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
See ya.